Ramp up the bass.
Force.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Oscatch World Cup. Round of 32. We got one more match this block coming up. It's going to be the number 1 seed, United States, taking on the 32nd seed, New Zealand. Once again, Dolan joined by Luminite.
Hello, yes, we're back. I'm still doing fantastic.
Well, awesome.
I'm on top of the world right now. Metaphorically,
Amazing.
of course, not literally. That would be in
Wow.
Antarctica. I think. Wait, no, that would be the North Pole. Antarctica's the South. Oopsies.
Well, it depends on what you view as the top, if you turn it upside down. Anyway, we digress. The United States are on top of these seedings, and they are in this matchup here. A couple of big returns for the United States that have elevated their roster to just another level. The return of Rossold and Trent for the Americans. And for New Zealand, it's their first time back in the World Cup in many years, so they're just glad to be back here, and we are glad to have them back. With Kazumizawa Miyu, CTB Sakamata 1, Wedham 77, Starwide, Sips, and Nashiro, making up the lineup for New Zealand.
So we're looking here. I think we can all agree this is probably going to be a New Zealand sweep. So we can all just kind of,
Relax.
I
mean, there's just no other way to look at it. I mean, they clearly outclassed the opponent on every single facet.
Like we could just end it right now. 0-6 and we can go home. 5-0-5, we can go home.
Listen, there's been a meme in the standard World Cup. I don't know if you've noticed, but the past few years, the 32nd seed has just found a way to get a point on the number 1 seed. Let's hope that New Zealand has the same thing in store for us. Oh, and they're banning Barracuda!
Dang.
Right for the throat. They said, no, you don't get to have a banger. Nobody gets to have a banger time. And the Americans respond with an Omad 1 ban. They say, you take away our Barracuda, you take away our banger, we take away your easy consistency pick. But let's be honest, that was probably their plan from the start. Sekre and the Americans will start with Nomad 4, the Convert. An interesting choice to start here. They're going to test New Zealand's Convert game. Ease on into this.
Starting their Catch World Cup run with a not catch map. This could be something that jinxes them for the rest of the tournament. Yeah, they open with a Convert. This could be a new superstition in the community.
Catastrophic, we'll see. But the Americans, they're going to respond with Rossold, Lexi, and Colin. For New Zealand, Kazumizawa Miyu, Sakamata 1, and Sips in the lobby. I believe one of those players on New Zealand I'm quite familiar with. I think those are some name changes, if I'm aware. Sakamata 1 used to be formerly known as OCXIE. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. But good to see New Zealand back, and here we go. Finally, the map is going to be started. United States, New Zealand, round of 32. Underway, Finland awaits the winner.
Pretty much the kind of like most vanilla, I suppose, Convert you would expect at this stage. 190 BPM, a relatively tame map. Tame is somewhat subjective, as Kazumizawa Miyu. Holy crap, it's a mouthful.
We'll just call him Miyu.
Yes, I like that. Everyone else off to a fantastic start.
Yeah, honestly, not a terrible start here for New Zealand, even though there's a miss. Really, not a bad start at all. But the Americans still 3-way SSing, looking strong. Still plenty of time for New Zealand to overturn the gap. So far, none of the American players showing any signs of weakness. Fairly high star rating for Convert, 5.7. 5-star Convert's not easy. Oh, Colin is going to find a miss after the break, but it's traded by Sakamata. That's actually unfortunate for New Zealand. That was a huge miss from Colin, a huge chance for New Zealand. They're still in it. But you're
There's
not
still a
going
lot
to
of
get
time
many.
left. Oh!
Ooh, Russell!
4
answers.
drops!
So only Lexi remains in the lobby, standing halfway through. It will be Lexi building a small advantage here for the Americans. But as Sakamata comes up to 200 here, that will put it to a halt. It's about 50k advantage for the Americans. That's about 2 misses. This is not entirely out of reach for New Zealand. But oh, Sakamata absolutely tanking there on that hyper dash. Colin is going to trade it out. And a team
my
miss for New
goodness.
Zealand. Everybody but Russell is down. It's only Lexi who is really just knocking this one out of the park.
Wow, we
Kind of a
didn't even see
shocker.
these kind of team breaks in the last match.
Interesting. I mean, not really expecting this from the Americans.
Lexi's down.
Everyone's down. Russell's the only one with any sort of combo, and wow. I mean, this is not the run I was expecting out of the Americans. Everybody is struggling on this.
What an opener.
And New Zealand doing well, but unfortunately just not able to capitalize on all these misses from the United States. I feel like there definitely was a chance there for New Zealand. Sakamata's going to go down again. The United States going to win their opening point, not in the most convincing of fashions, but a point is a point nonetheless. It will go on the board, and New Zealand will have their first pick next.
Holland ending it with a miss, so will Miyu. And, Sips? Question mark?
And
Wow, that was...
will 2.8 mil score out of the United States. Just barely under. Lexi, the top scorer.
I'm gonna put my hand on the fire and say, I'm telling you, it's because they opened it with a convert.
You know what? You might have been onto something there, Luminite.
I think I'm onto something, exactly.
You might actually be onto something. You see that rest of the catch world? Take note. The Tycho guy is calling it out.
What we
Wake
need
up.
to do now is we need to apply the scientific method. Can we reproduce this outcome? Someone else pick a convert. Pick the convert net for their match.
I see. I'll go ahead and message Quentin for that Belgium-Argentina match. Like, hey, man,
I'm so glad we can run experiments here.
you need to
This
run
is
an experiment.
not-
brother.
This is not just...
and get yourself one if you haven't already. And let's get in to round number 2, New Zealand's opening pick of the match.
We're also back in for Trent, if anyone didn't catch that.
Yeah, last second substitution there for the United States. Nashiro is going to be the first miss. It's the Hard Rock player down for New Zealand. Of course, now Hard Rock weighted the same. They're all weighted the same. So far, three-way FC for the United States. New Zealand still looking fairly comfortable, just one miss. Still a chance to come back.
Getting into that a little bit more technical stuff. Colin finding a drop.
So it's both Hard Rock players finding the misses.
Oh, that's brutal for New Zealand.
Yep, and Sips as well. That is absolutely brutal. Right as they're provided a chance to even that score gap, they find the misses themselves, and that is going to be detrimental. Indeed, halfway through. The Americans checking out now. Russell and Lexi still holding on quite well to those SSs. Colin recovering to 200. Nashiro doing a nice job recovering for New Zealand down there at the Hard Rock.
Oh no, Starlight. Oh, and Nashiro.
Too soon. One's doing a really good job there recovering. And yeah, just wow. Poor New Zealand players struggling on this one. Not doing terrible, but just unfortunately being outclassed in terms of consistency. And that is going to spell the Americans' second point. Not much New Zealand can really do about it now. Final section's coming up. But they will have at least one more pick this match, Luminite, so we'll have to go back to the drawing board, and I don't think they made any tactical errors. I think this was definitely the correct pick for them. Just unfortunately not able to execute. 2-0.
Yeah, I think New Zealand, if they're paying attention to the United States' scores at all, they might be looking at this as, you know, not to to call Colin out, but they might be looking at this as the viewpoint of the U.S. isn't invincible. There are opportunities for us to capitalize. This is, you know, something that they can at least look at and say, there are opportunities for us. We just need to be able to capitalize on those opportunities.
And there was only a single opportunity. Colin found one miss, and then Russell and Lexi coming with SSs. But you are right. It just seems that whenever New Zealand have an opportunity to narrow that margin, unable to hold that consistency. So now the Americans have their next pick of the match. And we'll see where they go. Started things off with that Convert Nomad 4. I have to wonder if they're going to go with the Hard Rock pick. Potentially Hard Rock 1 from Van. Has been a popular pick this weekend. It's going to be Nomad 2. Okay. The Ascendants map, that also makes sense. US looking for some mapper buff here from Ascendants. Looking to put New Zealand through the mechanics test here. Very short, quick mechanics test. The Amir song.
The U.S. giving Ascendants their honorary 7th man honor. How nice.
Yes. Well, might as well be. 7th man coming in with the mapper buff for the United States.
Is sight reading this Trent? Is sight reading ?
You know, sometimes that's just how Trent operates. You know, he has definitely some unorthodox, how do you call it, like pre-game rituals. You know, sometimes that if he just sight reads
routines,
it works.
Yeah.
But the thing about Trent is he does Trent and it works. So he is definitely the kind of player that could rip off a sight read. I definitely believe it.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, right?
Because, you know, some players, they just, if they play a map too much, they memorize the patterns and they psych themselves up for it in their head. Some people are just better at naturally reacting to things the first time they see them in a while. So we'll see how that plays out. As this one gets underway, everyone navigating the intro just cleanly. Oh, Nashiro will be the first miss for New Zealand right before 200.
Another very short map, 1 minute 57 seconds. That does make any miss from any of these 6 players much more punishing than on a longer map.
Yeah, but that miss was also just pre-200. I mean, just barely pre-200. So if the Americans actually find a miss and New Zealand holds on, that score bar is going to be crazy close to the center. Halfway mark. Americans still leading. No other misses to report yet. Cullen has found a droplet miss, but that's it. Oh, Miu is going to go down for New Zealand, and now New Zealand are in trouble here. They're going to need some help from the United States. They're going to need it quick. Coming up to the final quarter of the map. Trent, Lexi, Colin, still three-way FCing for the Americans. Nashiro going down, and it's only Sakamata for New Zealand. Final quarter of the map. This one is definitely out of reach for New Zealand, unfortunately, but all eyes on the FCs. Could we see the first New Zealand FC in quite some time in the Catch World Cup? Sakamata has that chance.
He's navigating these final hyper dashes, and he's brought it home.
Yes, it will be point number 3 for the United States. And an FC from Sakamata as well on the side of New Zealand. Job well done. Double S from Trent and Lexi. The sight read strat, working for Trent.
The only thing missing from Colin is a tiny droplet. That's
One
it.
droplet, but I mean, I can relate. I mean, if I was in that lobby, I would be where Colin was. Definitely can relate.
Wow, okay, New Zealand jumping straight into it. No hesitation, hidden 2.
Oh, they've got him scouted. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. New Zealand said, hey, there's no Zach on the United States this year. Let's go Lowe hidden. It worked for Peru.
I was about to say, we did see this be the point that Peru took off of Canada. 30th seed versus 3rd seed. And you know what, you brought a great point up during that match, that the first 200 in a slow AR hidden map, crucial. Absolutely crucial.
Yeah. We absolutely saw what can happen if you don't get a good launch on a low AR hidden map. Unfortunate. The hidden players coming in, it's going to be Rossel, Lexi, and I believe it should be Sekre. Colin, he's definitely capable of playing hidden, but typically he is not the hidden player. And it looks like they're going to have this decision in the chat. It's either Sekre or Colin.
Looks like Colin's going to be taking it.
Get ready for 600K. Hey, he can't say he didn't warn us.
Wedham77 coming in for New Zealand.
Yep. Wetham77 World Cup debut.
If we're gonna see a point, history would suggest that this is where New Zealand can get the point.
Yep. And you gotta love the timing of this transition from No Mod 2 into this, so from a rather speedy, more technical short map into a short low AR hidden. But here it is, it's all in this opening combo here as we saw the launch. First 200. So far, so good for our 6 players. Patience is the name of the game here.
The only anomaly to report is a few droplet misses, but nothing major yet.
Yep, Colin is going to be the first miss.
And another!
Yeah, again,
all
Colin
other players.
typically not the low AR hidden player. but they're giving him a go at it, looking to widen that skill set. Sakamata's going to trade one of those misses from Colin as Colin goes down against New Zealand. Going to find themselves with a bit of an advantage here, about 50k, 40k. Nearly halfway through.
Sakamata looks like he's recovering well. Yeah.
I mean, I'm impressed here from New Zealand. Only one miss.
Oh.
Sakamata again. We've got a map on our hands, folks. Halfway through.
Colin trading it again, though. It is back and forth between Colin and Sakamata. Colin finding another miss.
All other players, though, are absolutely killing this map. It's actually quite a tense situation. Starwide going down, and now here come the Americans, New Zealand.
Yeah, that is not good. He's falling again.
And now Colin building some combo here. He miscompleted for New Zealand. The Americans back in it into the final sections. Can they hold on? Sakamata desperately trying to recover. But the Americans, with FCs from Russell and Lexi, sprinting out in front. Colin now above 200. And unfortunate for New Zealand, the chance was there.
Oh, man.
But Colin able to recover in time and save the point. Hey, that's not 600k, Colin.
Sakamata's recovery really almost saved the New Zealand when Starwide missed, but when Wetham also joined and missed, that really sealed the deal for New Zealand.
And let's be honest, that's not a bad score team-wise out of New Zealand. That was a pretty decent performance on the low AR hidden pick. And against most other teams, I think that would be enough to get the job done, but the United States able to take it down with Ross and Lexi, putting in the FCs. And now, find themselves at match point.
With the ball in their court. The world is their oyster. Is that how that goes, right? I think that's how it goes.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, just making sure. Because when I said it for some reason, like, that kind of sounds like a weird saying. It kind of is, but...
Nailed it. First try. Flawless. All right. So the Americans a chance to put this one away early in 5 rounds.
I would say I want to hear Barracuda, but that is not on the table.
It's not an option. New Zealand have said no. They have said no.
Flip the table. This is ridiculous. Okay, I have no idea if you know, but I have to address this because I keep seeing it. What is this everything that is like the Battle Pass? I don't understand what's going on. Is there a reference here that I missed? Like, what? It's driving me crazy.
No, that's just a Zove thing.
Oh, man.
And hey, look at that. It's the Creeper.
Oh, yeah. How about that?
Making an appearance this match. Nashiro defecting.
Dude, this Battle Pass thing is driving me crazy.
It is indeed an inside joke. So it looks like it'll be DeCreeper, Lexi, and Colin for the United States.
We're awaiting the third New Zealand player. Looks like it's gonna be Nashiro.
New Zealand are going to need 5 in a row. All right. It's come down to Permaband. Hard Rock 1. Another very popular map this weekend. This has seen play in almost every single match so far. Looks like they're just going to get the final formalities sorted in the lobby.
Seconds on our way to the do or die moment for New Zealand. Although it's technically not die. Do or losers bracket.
Yeah, technically it's not die. Thankfully for New Zealand, they'll have, even if they lose this pick, they will have another shot next week. Again, the loser of this match will play France in the loser's bracket. The winner will get Finland in the round of 16. Looks like some player is going to throw on Hidden with their hard rock. And looks like things are going to get underway here. Potential last map, first chance for the Americans to put it away. Unfortunate New Zealand couldn't take that last point.
It was very competitive, though.
Was indeed.
Seemed a lot of weird things with that map and the Conver opener. Those are two really interesting anomalies during this match.
Tarwine in chat saying New Zealand needs the France revenge kill. They've killed us too many times in other World Cups. So, apparently New Zealand excited about their potential opponents next week.
I don't know, Dolan. I think the revenge kill kind of reminds me of the battle pass.
You and this battle pass, man.
It's a big deal.
To you, apparently.
I'm proud of being able to work it into the stream. Okay, you know what? I take those.
Here we go. Round number 5. First map for the Creeper in this World Cup. Here we go.
This map is almost kind of entrancing. It's a beautifully done map, a beautiful song. It's really kind of entrancing.
Yeah, the way it flows is just so nice, so satisfying.
Yeah.
And all our players finding it satisfactory as well. 6-way FC's on the board at the moment. Do see Sakamata taking that hidden first miss coming out of Miyu on the side of New Zealand. At that quarter mark.
A little bit longer than some of our other picks. Almost 3 minutes, 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Still got time for things to move towards the New Zealand's favor, especially with how strong Sakamata and Nachiro are playing right now.
Yeah, definitely holding things down the best they can. They're going to need some help from the United States. But unfortunately for them, they're 3-way assessing right now. They look pretty comfortable on this halfway through. And Sakamata is going to be the next miss for New Zealand. They need 2.
Right, about 1/3 left of the map to go, so just about a minute now. The US holding the fort down beautifully. Triple double S. Miyu struggling a little bit now.
And the United States coming in here, flexing the hard rock skills. With the Creeper, Lexi, and Colin. Are they going to put down trip SS's? Everyone hits the slider.
It feels almost wrong to talk loudly over this song. It's just...
It is quite the nice song, quite the nice beat. For the Americans, it's going to be an incredible team score here. They hold it through the final slider. Last few sections coming up.
Will they end it on the triple double S? It's looking good.
And indeed they will. 3-way SS for the United States to close this one out. 5-0 against New Zealand. Put up a valiant effort on the low AR hidden pick, but unfortunately could not get on the board. That is going to be game United States.
And of course, as we keep saying, and it's gonna come up until the end of the round of 32. New Zealand's still playing extremely strong. A strong showing against the #1 seed. Every team that has qualified it deserves to be here. None of them are not scary, quite frankly.
Yeah, they've all put up decent performances in at least some form of fashion. so far in their opening maps. But that is going to do it. 5-0, the final score for the United States. We take things down quite comfortably. They will move on to face Finland in the round of 16. New Zealand will get France into the loser's bracket next week.
With that, though, that wraps up, for now, our coverage of the round of 32. We have an 8 to 9 hour break before our next matchup, which I forget which one it is.
It's going to be the Philippines against Denmark coming up next, but as Luminite said, that's not for 7 to 8 more hours. So we'll have quite the large break. So the stream will be going offline until then. But Luminite, anything else you want to add about the matches we just saw?
That was for you know, when you look at two matches that have a very high seed versus a very low seed, to see some of the things that we saw in both matches, just how it pushes and pulls, regardless of who has the statistical advantage. That's again, I've said it before, it's a reminder of why I love the Catch World Cup so much. I'm so happy to be here again.
Yeah, despite the fact it was a little bit of a one-sided blowout, it wasn't, a boring affair. New Zealand definitely had some opportunities to get in the mix and mix it up. So, but that usually that's what happens in the round of 32 weekend. You have a lot of high seed disparities, except when you get to the middle matches. But next week should be some good, exciting stuff. But before we even get to next week, we gotta finish this week. We've got the rest of the day 2 matches, as you see on the screen, upcoming matches coming your way, starting in 8 hours from now, when 5th seeded Philippines takes on the 28th seed Denmark.
Before we wrap things up, though, a final reminder: please go buy those snazzy banners, $2.50 USD. Not an opportunity for me to be sneaky about it now. I was looking for it, couldn't find it. But yeah, support the tournament, support your teams, support Catch the Beats as a whole. Purchase those banners, they are amazing. All 32 teams that qualified have their own banner. And yeah, that's very important. We love them.
Indeed. And it goes towards supporting the players in the tournament. But anyways, that's going to be all for now. Canada taking a 5-1 win over Peru. The United States taking a 5-0 win over New Zealand. That'll wrap things up for now. We'll see you back in 8 hours' time at 11 UTC for Philippines versus Denmark.